Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another Morning Coffee Talks. One thing about marriage that I'm learning deeply is that marriage is basically a mirror, right? It exposes you, it really reflects who you are as a person, as an individual inside that marriage. The truth is, most men don't want to hear, that your marriage isn't broken, but it's revealing. It's holding up a mirror to your character, your flaws, and your growth. And the hardest part is, a lot of times, and most of the time, that reflection doesn't lie. And even personally for me, it's definitely exposed a lot of my character, right? Not created anything, it's just exposed it. Being in a good marriage doesn't magically fix you. It reveals what's already there. It's the same concept when people say, when you get money, you don't change. It just escalate who you already are. And that's the same thing with marriage. So like, if you're selfish, if you're inconsistent, if you're impatient, even if you're like avoiding, it's gonna show, right? Your spouse will become that mirror, right? Not the maker of your issues, just a reflection of it. And so it's another part of that is blame versus responsibility. It's easy to be like, well, my wife, man, she nags, she doesn't listen. But you have to ask yourself, what in me is making that pattern show up? Again, and that's that accountability part for men. What am I doing to expose the issues where she nags or she doesn't listen? And marriage is going to force you to grow up emotionally. It's not just about love in the marriage. Yes, that's in the beginning, but as time goes on, it's about maturity, right? Every flaw, in my opinion, is like a growth opportunity, right? Feeling exposed in a marriage is actually kind of a gift, not a curse. If you're defensive, then ask why. If you're passive, then challenge it. Your marriage is showing up and showing you that the next level you need is to step up and become the man you need to be. But most men, they ignore them signs, right? They get to making excuses and not taking that accountability, making excuses and not taking that responsibility. Listen, it's not about perfectionism, right? It's not about being perfect, but it is about ownership. Your spouse isn't asking you to be the perfect man, right? She's asking for a man who is self-aware, and he's self-aware enough to admit it, to grow and adjust with that. So if you want a strong marriage, you have to be strong enough to look at yourself and your own reflection without flinching, right? So accountability, understanding the person you're looking back at in your marriage is powerful. Your marriage will teach you more about yourself than any book, any podcast, any mentor. Listen, I come on here and I tell you guys, my story, past, present, right? And what's active right now. And yes, I don't give all the details, right? I don't tell everything I'm pillow talking about, but I at least try to bring some exposure to things that I've went through and other men have went through to help you guys out. But it's only going to help only if you're willing to look in the mirror and say, yeah, that's on me, right? It's my fault. And growth starts that moment when you stop pointing a finger and start taking responsibility and accountability. So the reflection is your own, right? So you got to own it. But anyway, that's a quick message for the day. Morning coffee talk. I actually didn't have no coffee this morning. I actually had a pre-workout. I went to the gym early. But I just had that on my heart and my mind, and I wanted to share that. And so what y'all think about that? Drop a comment below. Subscribe to the Husband Code if it's your first time. If you've been watching for a while, subscribe. Also, if you got any value from this video, hit the like button. And also hit that notification bell because we're going to constantly drop videos like this all the time. And until next time, I appreciate you guys. Much love. Peace.